Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Holy cow, it's been too long. I wanted to make videos over the past few days, but I actually was busy last night, the day before, blah, blah, blah. I'm here though. One thing I want to go over real quick is a lot of parlays I see made. I already don't like parlays. I've already expressed this many a times, but people make parlays worse than they already are. So this is just a quick example. This game has, I just chose whatever. This game doesn't really have anything to do with it. It's more of the odds that we're going to look at. So obviously if you take plus odds, you combine it with other plus odds, you're going to get, that's just a two-legger, right? You're going to get really good odds, right? Now, what people, or what you all, or the typical gambler, needs to realize is when you're doing alt yards, like if you take 214 minus 1400s, it's still minus 911, right? That's horrible. Now, what you should be doing is taking whatever the regular line is. So I'm assuming it's somewhere around 60 yards. You could even do the plus 100, whatever, juice, which will juice it up even better. And here, let's take the regular. Yeah, that's the regular line. And then minus 110. So that's plus 205, right? So what I like to do when if I'm building a parlay, is you kind of, it's easy. This is easier to do with money lines. Let me see if there's any big money lines in NFL. But another way I think of it too is like if you take a minus 1400 and you need 25 yards, okay, let's say he gets hurt, right? And he gets 2 yards or 0 yards, and now he's out for the whole game, and you lose. It doesn't get voided, whatever. I know a lot of people cry because they don't get voided when someone gets hurt, but that's a part of betting. Injuries are a part of betting. You have to understand, if they don't void it, if you took the under, guess what? You would win. So there is an option if someone gets hurt for you to win. And I would never, ever, ever, even if I hate the player with all my glory, I would never hope somebody gets hurt. And that's horrible for people to think that way. But you have to think of it that way. And people complain all the time, well, FanDuel is the first quarter. Just the fact that they even give you something is really nice. And I think DK is the first half or something. I don't know what other apps do. I've used Fanatics in the past, and they were really good about injuries. If a baseball player got hurt his first at bat, they would refund it. Like, it was really cool. And I don't even think they have that in writing anywhere. They just do it. So some apps they are better than others, but really what it comes down to is FanDuel or whatever is giving you better odds. They're giving you bigger payouts. So you also have to think of it that way. If you're getting better odds and you're winning more because you took that player on that specific app, you're going to win more money. So you also have to think of it that way. And I know I'm way too logical when it comes to sports betting, but I'm trying to help you guys. I'm probably one of the only free sports betting things out there. I don't know. Obviously, it's hard for me to know this, but I've been getting a lot of really kind messages lately about the community. And this community has been amazing. All right. So a really good example, the Chiefs are gigantic favorites against the Raiders. So obviously you have to risk $720 to win 100, right? That's not ideal unless you're freaking loaded. So you probably want to take, the spread, which these days, teams are keeping games close. I almost would consider the plus 11.5, but Geno Smith is probably going to throw 4 interceptions in this game. So anyway, let's put something together with a bunch of big. So these are minus 400. So like, just these 3 alone is you're still minus odds, right? On 3 money lines. So you're still looking pretty shitty. And yeah, these 3 teams theoretically should win, but man, it's football. And let me tell you, this game is like next week. I don't want to do that as an example. That's not fair. Overall, yeah, it's bad. And this is why the books push parlays so much, is because you're like, oh, well, that's not enough. So then you put that, oh, that's not enough. And then you put that, oh, that's not enough. And you keep throwing all the favorites. That's what people do. They just put all the favorites in there. And that's literally what we're seeing is both Monday night teams, both the underdogs won. The Thursday night team today won, the underdog. Like, underdogs are winning at a crazy rate right now. And it was the same exact thing last year. But this is not worth a 7-leg parlay is not worth plus 968. It's just not worth, not even if you put $10 on there, you're going to win $96. It's not worth it in my eyes, you know. So what I'm saying is when you, God, I wish there were bigger money lines. Like last year, I mean, NBA will be actually interesting to see because usually there's huge money lines. But probably not for the first few games. Like the Bucks are minus 400 there. But if you see, what I'm saying is if you see a minus 1100 money line, do not add it to a parlay. There's literally no reason because it's going to increase your winnings by maybe $25. What you do is you look, you'll add it like here. So this is, okay, I win 143. And then you add a big one here. And now it's 212. So that's adding, I said 143, 212. What is that? It's like $70. In your head, that sounds good. Yeah, I know. Trust me. But as you, okay, here, how about the minus 400? So plus 340 for those three. That adds $110 to your winnings. But the problem is once you keep adding them on, you're eventually one of them's going to lose because you're just picking all the favorites. But what I'm getting at is I saw someone put a minus 50,000 in a live bet parlay, and I absolutely blew my mind. Like I didn't even think it was possible for a line to get to minus 50,000, but you should. It literally might add a penny to your winnings. So there's literally no point. So stop taking all lines. Or I'm sorry, like player prop alts, just take their main line and hope it hits, basically. But the only, and I've said this in a video before, the only alt spreads I don't mind, and basketball is a little more difficult, but like, let's say football, we'll go back to football. If you want to do, so the Jags are +3. If you want to keep it, that's fine. But I would just do 3.5 because then if they lose by 3, it doesn't push. So you're just buying a half point. It's called buying a point. But so now we go from, so it's minus 140 instead of, what was it, minus 115. That's actually a pretty big difference too. But at least that's not going to kill a parlay if you make it. So this is where I don't mind it. You can even buy a full point. I don't care, but just don't add minus 1,000s, minus 1,400s, minus 2,000s. Don't add those to your parlays. You're killing. They call it your vig. You're also killing your cash out in the future too. Think of it that way. If you're worsening your odds, you're going to worsen your cash out if you really want to. I'm not a big cash out person, but you're just killing yourself in the betting aspect. But I'm going to go over when I see something better, when I see a more obvious, like huge, look at this, Vegas going crazy. Carlson's got 2. When I see like really big money lines in the NBA, I'll give a better example. But right now the best would be these. Or it wants to go outside. It would be I guess you can do alternate spreads. What is this? So like minus, or well, you don't want to do that. Plus here. Plus 20.5 is plus 5, minus 5,000. Like you don't, like there's literally no point of adding that. And I know this is like a stupid example, but don't add minus 5,000s, even minus 1,100. You're going to see a lot of really big money lines in the NBA, and I'm going to see parlays with insane money, like minus 1,100s. And I have seen so many times where a huge favorite lost, and that includes football, basketball, hockey. The lines don't get that big, but big under, like the Blackhawks destroyed the Blues yesterday. I mean, they're going to be better than we think. I think too. I am a Blackhawks fan, but from what it's looking like, they're actually going to be pretty good. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but we'll see. Funnily enough, they actually have the most goals in the NHL right now out of any team. I don't. It doesn't include today, though. I don't know about after today. Okay. That was just like a little bit of a rant. I wonder if there's something like that in baseball we can show. Actually, let's do baseball first anyway. So there's only 2 games. You got the Dome in Seattle. You got a great hitting ballpark in LA. I think the Dodgers, they should complete the sweep. It's a shame that the Brewers had to go around and throw around the L flag for the Cubs and then have this happen. But, stay classy, Milwaukee. Just a shame. Yeah, it's a shame. Like Jerry Seinfeld says. This game, I'm shocked at the scoring that's going on in Seattle. I mean, obviously this game should be lower scoring with Gaussman and Miller, who've both been pitching great. If you want to stick with the hot bats, like I always preach, go with Vladdy. He's playing great right now. And obviously Cal is Cal. And Suarez looks like crap. I think Polanco's still okay. For whatever reason, Jimenez has hit back-to-back games. I don't expect him to hit again on Friday. But if you want to throw a few bucks on him, that's fine. And then the Dodgers are the Dodgers. Who was pitching for the Brewers? See, they don't even know. They used their best basically their best pitcher, Mazowski, whatever his name is. I don't know. He's been pitching lights out, and they still lost today. So I'm pretty shocked. I don't know I don't know why the Dodgers were so bad for so long, like in the second half, and all of a sudden they're just coming to life. But here we are. But yeah, I'd probably Ohtani's got to hit eventually if you want to try that, but he's freaking scaring the hell out of me. I still like Teo Hernandez. Or something like that might work. These playoff games are just tough. Even though I did hit a parlay on Wednesday night for the crew for free, as always. It was shit. I don't even remember. Oh, it was Cal and Springer. I know there's a lot of home runs in that game, but hey, it hit, right? So yeah, maybe something like that, or just go completely random. Take Julio, take Muncy. These playoff games are pretty tough to guess. I don't mind strikeouts. You could probably go strikeouts in this game because these guys are just pitching great. Maybe even Ohtani too. Take all their strikeouts. But once again, I don't think people do this with strikeouts. But there's no reason to take 4. Does anyone alt-line strikeouts? This is stupid. Minus 1450. Even the minus 470 is stupid. Do not take odds like that. I'm okay with you taking maybe 8. Take the plus money. That's fine with me. But these huge minus odds, it's just you guys are killing your winnings, and like I said, possible bigger cash outs, things like that. You gotta keep it simple, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. So hockey's been tough. There's only 4 games. It has not been easy. The Red Wings are playing better since that really bad first game. They allowed a bunch of goals. The Lightning are kind of meh right now. I think I always go with a chalk, Actually, the Capitals, this is an interesting game. I actually like Wilson. I was telling someone the other day that I would wait on Ovechkin until we see how he is this year, and I'm pretty sure, I don't think he scored yet. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he's scored yet this year. And, eventually at his age, you're going to lose a little bit of your quickness, and, he might score 20 goals, but wait till he heats up, I'd say. Oh, speaking of my Blackhawks. So they got the day off today, and the Canucks played today. So it's kind of interesting. Hmm. I really like my guy Ilya and those odds. If his odds stay around there, I would keep taking him because this is really good odds. He was my guy last year for a little while after he actually started playing because they took a while to call up a lot of their younger guys. But if you don't want someone as risky in a way, even though I think he's a good player, I would go with God. I actually like Tuvo, but you could go Bedard too. Bedard's fine. He actually didn't look to shoot a lot the last game against the Blues. He had 3 assists, so he's showing what he's going to be in the future. He's very good at hockey. But if anything, and one thing I'll say about Utah is they are really struggling to score, and it's honestly been pretty disappointing. Like it wouldn't shock me if, even though the Sharks are pretty bad, if they won this game. And I honestly, I like Toffoli or Eklund. See, these games are tougher. Like these first two I like, but these are tougher. These 4-game slates kind of suck too. But the Sharks do suck, so I gotta stick with my guy Gunther. So I like this as a 3-legger. If you want to go a bit different and not take a cap, I would take either Kaprizov or Boldy. These two are also a very good teammate parlay. You can take both of them. I think they've both scored the last 2 games. So you can go one or the other, like something like this, if you want the better odds with Boldy, or just take Cap. But this is a really nice looking one too. And then there's always Brock. You can always take Brock, but if Spencer Knight, assuming he's starting, and the Vancouver is playing back to back, so Vancouver will have their backup goalie. So I like the Hawks in this game. So Bedard Nazar is great too. He scored. Even though a lot of people scored the last game, they had 8 goals. Whoa, the Bruins are making a push here. They were just down 6-3. Sheesh. About LA. Yeah, nothing too exciting here. Obviously, whatchamacallit, Saturday will be a bigger slate. So, but whatever I come up with, I'll post on Discord. The usual. I was reading some funny things on Discord. Man, it is hard. I don't think there's anything too exciting in here. AFC North winner. Whoa, loose is getting loose. But yeah, and tons of these people, tons of my community, they post their own slips and they win. And they share them too. Like, there's been some crazy. I didn't share. Sorry, guys. Chanu, Darnell, Higgins. Wow, $2,000. I mean, some of these people hit some crazy stuff. Most of these are shared, not all of them, but wow, plus $17,000 and the one. Did this win? Oh, maybe not. Oh no, yeah, Darnell and Noah Fount both scored. From $2, I'll take it. 78, not bad. That's crazy. So yeah, they're hitting some crazy stuff here. Hockey has been a little wacky, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I promise. There's a lot of players that are scoring that I've never heard of. So I think that's part of the issue. Cool. Well, like I said, I like this for a parlay. A lot of different combinations you can go with it. The hard part is getting the combos right too, or you can do a round robin if you want. It's just the payouts aren't as good as, home runs. Cool. All right. Well, that was a nice, sweet, short video. How long was this? Not even 20. Well, it's about to hit 20 minutes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Find me on my Discord. People DM me all the time. Try to make it simple, though. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, you have a good night. I'll see you later.